In this topic, we want to explore the PROFIBUS Master Slave configuration in TI portal. We have two types of consistency of data, transmitted data from master to a slave and from a slave to master. We will examine both, and the first step is to add the master CPU. We select S7-400 for DP master. Then we insert a power supply here and save the project. Rename the master project, the master station. Add another station, S7-300, and rename the CPU. Select the S7-300 CPU. Insert the power supply here and save the project. The next step is to go to the network view, add subnet, and connect the master and slave stations to the PROFIBUS network. It's possible to change the properties of PROFIBUS subnet. We can change the name, PROFIBUS main, and it's also possible to change the baud rate, the transmission speed, and the profile. We keep the default values. It's important to adjust these values when it's necessary, like using in case of using fiber optic connections, you need to adjust these values. The next step is to check properties of the DP port on the master and the DP port on the slave stations. For the master, we select the DP master mode, and the address is automatically set on 2. For a slave, the address is set on 3. The operating mode is not selected at DP master. We change the operating mode to DP slave, and the proper interface is selected. Our task is done. We need to select the watchdog. It's very important. The watchdog is very important. And the main step is now finished here. We need to select the DP interface for the slave, and there is a transfer area here, the master and IS slave communication area. We need to define areas. Area number 1, we send data from 2 bytes from Q100 to I100. I100, 2 bytes. Area 2, we want to send. This arrow is very important. It shows the paths of data transmission. We write data. It's possible for us to write data from master side to the slave side, and here it's possible to write data from a slave side to master side. length of data is 2 bytes, and we select the consistency over unit. Very similar to configuration that we have selected here. We copy MB100 and MB101 to queue areas Q100 and Q101. When the master slave connection is valid and it's okay, data on the queue area from master is written to I area in a slave, and they are available and copied in MB100 and MB101. This is the transmission path from master to slave, and check this arrow. It's also possible to make 2 bytes of data to copy and transmit 2 bytes of data from a slave area. Copy those data to queue area and receive them in master input process image. Data are copied to the queue area in a slave and are received in input process image of the master. So the configuration for transfer areas are finished. The next step is to program data exchange in OB1 for master and a slave. It's much easier to develop the load transfer program in STL. This is the master side, master CPU, and we need to have another OB1 for a slave side. This is the slave side. In master, we have AR1, area 1. We make copy of MB100 to Q byte 100, transfer to QB100, and make a copy of MB101 and copy to Q byte 101. This section, data in master are copied to queue area Q100 and Q101 and are received in I area in a slave process image. We are in the master and we need to move to the slave area and receive those data in I area. Load IB100 area 1 for a slave, area 1 a slave, transfer to MB100 and load MB101, transfer MB1, load IB, sorry, data is in input area, load IB101 and transfer to MB101. Well, the first area is finished. This is the master side. From master, MB100 copied to Q byte 100, and if transmission is intact and PROFIBUS master and SF communication is working properly, you will receive the same data here and it's copied to MB100. It's a very simple communication path and the consistency is over unit. The next step is to write data from a slave to master. area 2, and we are in a slave. For area 2, we need to load MB200 and transfer to qbyte 200 and load MB201 and transfer to qbyte 201. Data that is written on Q200 in a slave, they are received in area 2 in master side. They are received in I by 200 and transferred to MB200 and load IB201 transfer to MB201. Well, the first section of data transfer area is finished totally. The next step is to transfer consistent data packages over PROFIBUS master and slave connection. For that, we need to create a new area 3. We want to copy 10 bytes of data, 10 bytes. We want to copy 10 bytes of data from master to a slave, and we need to preserve and retain the consistency of data. The consistency of data means that when 10 bytes are copied from the master area by the system functions, they were received as a package in the slave area. Consider that those data are process critical data, and they are encapsulated in the master. They sent to the slave, and consider due to PROFIBUS network load, the slave CPU received them in several PROFIBUS cycles or CPU cycles, but using system functions and using total length consistency guarantees that you receive the same data here, the same data that are sent here, you receive them intact and as a whole here. For total consistency, you need to use system functions. Well, we want to transfer data in Q300, and we need to use system function 15 to transfer data, and we need to use system function 14 to receive data in a slave side. Area 3. Area 3, call SFC 15, and the L address. For L address, we need to use the calculator for programmers, and we want to use 300 in hex format. It's 12C. Word 12C. We need to have it in hex format. 12C. And the data the data we want to transfer should be inserted here as the pointer format. The starting point is memory is 300. We want to copy 10 bytes from this part as starting point, and we need a return value. And we need a ret here. Well, 10 bytes are encapsulated in master, and it's written in this in the area 3 area. And it's copied to the Q area started from Q by 300, and should be received in the slave area by using SFC14 to read data from the consistent data from master. The L address is the same as the master, 12C. Let me show you again. L address is the starting address when you use SFC15. The L address in master side is 300. You should insert that in hex format, and in a slave for more clarity we use the same address, 300. 300 is 12C in hex form, 12C. And we need a return value as integer. Return value as integer. And we make a copy of received data on the same memory area. And this is area 3. And it's also possible to copy data, consistent data from a slave to master, and you can do it similar to the procedure we have done here.